wonder what could be causing this by SmugAlana. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's watch it. Papaya.
Single women own millions more homes than single men in the US, and the gap is only growing.
Why do you think that happens?
Shocker! Alright, chat, place your bets.
Interesting. Wouldn't be because most of them are finishing degrees because culturally they have more time to do that and more incentive from their parents, and also more time being supported than by them at home, while men has to start working sooner. I don't know. Maybe because of the sharing of this stuff on the divorce, where most of the times she takes the home. I don't know. What else could be?
The increased ownership of these houses by women, because A, they've been making more money off of the back of the DEI policies for the last 4 years, or
also
is it
that,
B,
of course,
they're taking houses in divorces, or I've got another one. C, this article is bait and they don't actually own more houses. What do you think? A, B, or C?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I still
B,
think
divorce,
that
or
it's
C, they don't actually own more houses. I thought we lived in a patriarchy. Why isn't that what I catch?
I still think that is true.
Ooh, okay, all right. We got a mix of answers. I like this. I like this a lot. Let's keep reading. God, this music is so good for reading this. Okay.
Let's understand.
Despite the persistent gender pay gap, single women are securing home ownership at significantly higher rates than their male counterparts. That's according to a new analysis of the U.S. Census of Bureau of Data, which found that single women own about 2.72 million more homes than single men, bucking traditional financial
That's
trends.
A lot of homes.
It's no secret that women in the U.S. typically earn less than men. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, women's median weekly earnings amount to just 83.6% of men's. But when it comes to home ownership, the tables have turned.
The way she's speaking, it's so fucking fun.
Over here. We're starting strong, talking about the gender pay gap. I almost said gay gap because I have a Freudian slip with that word for some godforsaken reason. Chat can attest to this. I don't know why, but pay gap makes me say gay gap, and I don't know why. So, they word it in this way.
They will never give up on the fallacy of women receiving more, right? Oh God, if that is true, the only thing I can think of is does all of those millions of DAI hirings that pays a lot for the person does actually nothing, and the most hired you know the type women, and most of them of course of the, if not all of them, from the feminist cause and LGBTQ and all of this bullshit that you guys are already tired of.
That I think is disingenuous because it's actually not incorrect. The gender pay gap implies women make less than men in the same fields, which isn't true.
It doesn't exist. If they have both the same fields, the same role, the same job, they will receive the same thing. Thing is that usually men take jobs that are more risky, more detrimental, and usually the ones that women does not want to do. And also, women want to work less hours, they want to have more spare time to do other things, while a man, like, if they can, like, work, like, 14 hours a day, they will, you know, something like that.
True. But in reality, what happens is women do make less than men because of job preference. We've discussed this before.
We are tired of talking about this.
Long story short, women, teachers.
We always say that.
Men, truck drivers. I love my truck. I love cranking my hog, and I love riding the open road. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Can't call
Alan
my
is
clap.
full of inertia.
And they work for you hours. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know this is anecdotal. Just before I keep reading, when I worked a job like a 9 to 5. There were so many women constantly calling out, "Oh, my kid's sick." Okay, that's fine. Like, I understand, right? Like, I get it. Your kid comes first. But, like, "Oh, my..."
I think it's the same in every country.
I feel
yeah,
sick.
yeah. I know
I'm
the time.
hungover. Like, generally speaking, again, this is my anecdotal experience. I'm not saying every workplace is like this, but I worked with
my experience
predominantly
was
women and,
exactly
like,
the
a few
same.
men. 99% of the time when they called out, it was a fucking girl. Genuinely. And it was always like, "Oh, well, I'm saying that I'm sick, but I just don't feel like working today."
Same
I'm like, "What do you
experience
mean
here,
you don't
Alana.
feel like working? Like, I have to work, or I don't have... I just can't. I'm gonna die. You know? But anyway. In 47 out of 50 states, single women who live alone are more likely to own a home than their single male counterparts. Nationwide, single women own 11.14 million homes, while single men only own 8.42 million. Huh, that's really interesting.
Oh my god.
That
The
means
most
single
interesting
women
and
control
that
30.
the most interesting is that even though women are like owning more homes, it doesn't matter. In the future, no one of us will own any homes at all. So it doesn't actually matter in the end. We're all screwed.
18.01% of owner-occupied homes compared to 9.83% for single men. This gendered home ownership gap is also growing. In 2022, the difference stood at 2.71 million. By 2023, the gap expanded by nearly 15,000 more homes in favor of women. New Mexico, Mississippi, and West Virginia boast the highest rate of single women home owners.
I wonder what these places have in common.
Yes, the patriarchy, yep. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Wonder what could be causing this. Well, I think...
My excuse for the patriarchy thing now is always troll Nora Vincent and that face. If the patriarchy is so that evil like you guys say, why don't you just, like, flip the bird to be a woman and become a man like Nora Vincent done? And, well, experience firsthand yourself what happens next. You know, if it's so, like, good to be on the patriarchy, why don't you guys become the patriarch yourself, huh? Because of course you guys know that it's worse, but you guys need to keep nagging and saying bullshit all the time, because that is literally the only thing you guys know what to do. Actually, you guys don't even know how to do that. You guys are told to what to be doing. Like 24 is less 7. You guys are not individuals anymore. You're parts of limbs of a creature, you know? A huge monstrous creature. You're just that. You don't have brain cells. You don't have anything anymore. You don't have a soul. Because the soul already everything of themselves to this creature. You're just a puppet.
I wonder if it has nothing to do with money. I have to think about this. I wonder if it's a cultural shift where men are giving up on dating, so they're spending their money on other things that make them happy, or just saving it. Meanwhile, women still have this, like, nest-making instinct, so they're buying houses. Like, I don't know. Again, this is just statistics. I don't know, chat. It's entirely possible this topic that they're talking about doesn't have anything to do with the gender war. But, you know, I guess we'll see. I'll just keep reading.
I think it has to do with transference of property, you know? Like, between, on divorce, like I don't remember if I think in United States, I think it's 50% of the relationships or 47, 48, something like that. Almost 50% of the relationships end in divorce. So it's like flipping a coin. One marriage will succeed and the other will fail. And every time when marriage fails, we know what happens. Like, they like keep most of the things of the couple to themselves. At least this is what happens. I don't know how is that on US, but in my country, the woman takes almost everything the guy have. Like, the guy just live home with his clothes, like, most of the time. So it's a like very profitable transference of property that we have here, you know. So I don't know how it's in US, but I bet it's more or less like the same. Other parts of this woman not winning like these properties by ending relationships and getting like the homes, you know? I don't know. Also, there is not only that, but also like, I don't know. I don't have any data on this, but just by experience of the people around me, I see that women are more willing to take risks on financing things. You know, like they are getting house. Like I wonder if they. I mean, it's just my guess. Okay, Alana. I wonder if they are not just like a financing house to pay in multiple times, you know, like forever, instead of like having the money to pay on this monthly parcels. And I don't know the name. I don't know if it's prices, but to pay this slowly over time. I don't know if they are willing to take more of these risks, you know. And men usually look at this with like they take more care with this stuff. They don't risk themselves. And I think this is because men are more logic and women are more like feelings, you know, this stuff. They don't think much before realizing this stuff. They just, I want that, so I would take it.
New Mexico, Mississippi, West Virginia boast the highest percentages of homes owned by single women. Oh, damn. New Mexico. Alabama's up here. Huh.
I think I said
interesting.
good
Florida,
reasons.
South Carolina, West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky. Kentucky? What's going on in Kentucky?
What says that? It's
Cheap
like
real
me?
estate? I don't think so. I don't think so. In these states, women living alone own between 14.73 and 15.26 of owner-occupied homes, significantly outpacing men. Meanwhile, Delaware, Connecticut have the most pronounced gender gaps in home ownership, with women outpacing men by more than 5 percentage points in each state.
That's a lot.
Conversely, men have a rare advantage in just 3 states, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Alaska, where they hold a slight edge in home ownership rates. That's so specific.
Wow.
Why is it just North and South Dakota and then Alaska?
What has in Alaska?
How have single women managed to outpace men in home ownership despite earning less? I love this.
I don't know, guys. At least it's the impression that I have as a foreigner. But every time I think about Alaska, all that comes in my mind is like everything blank, like a white because of the snow and peace, you know, and animals and yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's not like that. It's just my impression. But it's Alaska a good place to live in? I don't know. I think at least for what I see here, it looks very, very nice. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, please.
Framing too. The answer isn't simple, but a few key factors are at play. I wonder why. That's so weird. Is it like a trad wife culture thing? Do the Dakotas and Alaskas... Sorry. Do the Dakotas and the Alaska, like, have more trad women that aren't interested in buying houses while they're single? Or maybe those states have, like, more men-favored jobs? Like, I know Alaska has, like, oil jobs and stuff. Do the Dakotas, like, have, like, a lot of trucking jobs or something? Or, like, oil rigs? I don't know. I don't fucking live there. Maybe trad life seems possible, oil drilling, inheritance.
No,
There's
I know
no way
nothing
just
about
3
Alaska.
states like that. People are more old school in Dakota? Yeah, again, I mean, this is anecdotal. Like, I don't know how it works over there. But then again, like, Texas has a lot of oil drilling and offshore drilling, don't they? Like, there's mainly jobs that pay well in lots of places, like Texas. But they also have Austin, which has tons of office.
By the way, Texas, I used to love Texas. Everything I knew about Texas looks like very nice. Up into I see them like pass some law or something like that regarding anime. And that was fucking horrible. I don't remember what it was about now because it's quite some time that I watched that, that I knew that. But wow, that was so fucking terrible. And I saw that and I thought, oh, this is a fucking decline, you know? This on the level, like this is somehow making turning Texas into something worse. I don't know. At least for me, okay? At least for me.
Center jobs.
I don't remember what was now, but I bet you guys know in the comments.
Which is where the girl bosses are making money, so I guess it makes sense that they aren't on the list. Like, I don't know. Very interesting, chat. Very interesting. Experts suggest that women are more willing to make financial sacrifices to become homeowners.
Yeah, I'm right, and I didn't knew that. Wow, it's just like the impression that I have, like looking to people around me and their financial decisions, you know? Usually men are more reserved, like they are more logical. They think a lot more before doing such a things, and they usually have preference to use their own money instead of like get into this stuff. Like women, usually they just do whatever they want in order to get what they want to the end and don't think about consequences, you know? At least it's what happens here, but I didn't know it was the same out there because I live in Brazil, so... Yeah, but yeah, it's actually the same. Very interesting.
Additionally, millennial women in certain cities such as Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Portland, Maine actually out-earn their male counterparts, helping them afford home ownership. But age also plays a role. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Pardon me, I had to yawn. Women tend to live longer than men.
By the way, isn't it like related to, for example, this is just my guess again, but I'm thinking here, also there are not like, I mean, I don't know, okay? It's just a special reason, but couldn't like the man be afforded in the house, but the house is in the name of the woman, like of the couple, you know? The guy is affording for the house he's actually paying, but the house is the name of the woman. I think this kind of stuff might be happening. I just don't know why as well, but yeah, I think it's also something to be considering. I don't know why. I'm just guessing. Maybe some like tax evasion or something like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Meaning many single female homeowners are widows who either inherited their homes or purchased new ones after the death of a spouse. Chief Credit Analysis Matt summed up the findings. It's pretty eye-opening that 3 million more single women than single men own a home, given the unique economic headwinds that women in this country face, including earning less.
Oh, there is more specific data. Single women versus single men. Like, that gives me more the idea about property transference by like divorce and stuff like that. oh, I divorced, I got his home, and now like I'm a single woman. Wow. Wow, that's magic, and I magically acquired a house. Like, wow.
Less than men on average. That is no small feat. I believe it speaks to the sacrifices that many women are willing to make in order to make a better financial life.
Okay, I don't know how it works on US. I'm saying with the experience of my country, like my country have so much like has too much laws for women, like too much, way too much. Whereas like being a man here would probably be considered like be a second class human being or an animal or I don't know what. Okay, and when they divorce here, usually a woman takes everything. Like she just take whatever she wants. Like most of the cases, rarely cases, the man can actually negotiate a thing. And always like if he has kids, the child, the guy, like it's like 99%, the woman can have literally no condition to sustain the kids. But they will give the kids to the woman and make the guy pay child support. It's just like that.
Okay, I mean it's the New York's Post chat, so keep your expectations low, bro. Obviously they're gonna glaze women. It's kind of crazy though that they'll mention widows but not divorce rates. Like, where are the stats on that? It's kind of crazy that you left it out.
Crazy,
but what
right?
I think is
it's
that
not
these
because
women
of what
are
I said.
making more money than men in some towns. And to clarify, chat, that doesn't mean there's a gender pay gap and they're paying women more.
Also, there is something else that I can think about. Like, imagine that there is a couple living together and like the guys pay for all the expenses and the woman like saving all the money of her job to herself. For all of this time like having already a house on his head that she wants to buy to live alone. Even if she doesn't take it from the guy, I don't know how it is there. And then because she could just save everything because the guy paid for the expenses, it's very easy for her to decide like divorce later. After all, if I remember, like divorce rates between men and women couples are around 70 and 80%. And usually, yeah, I'm sorry, I think the divorce rates, like who starts the divorce and between 70 and 80% are women. The many cases, like 20% of the cases are men. Yeah, I don't know about non-straight couples, okay? I'm sorry. So they divorce and they have all of this money that she saved to, if not pay for the entire house, you pay for part of it and then go paying monthly for what is left to pay for the house. I think there is a lot of things culminate on them. They're having a lot of possibilities of buying house, owning house, you know. And there's a lot of data together that culminates on this result. A lot of reasoning behind of this.
It's because those towns have jobs that are more woman focused. In other words, there's like probably no oil rigs, not many truck drivers. Maybe there's less construction as well. That's a really man job. Like, you don't see a lot of women in construction. And in these areas, but there are like more female-oriented lucrative jobs like healthcare and office work or like, I don't know, school districts. That doesn't explain the national gap though, because overall, I think like men...
Also, there is another thing, like a movement that is, again, it's common here. I don't know how it works there. But here, and I've seen this in my small life. I've seen this happening 2 times already with people around me, okay? Where, like, there is a single woman living her life quietly, right? Like that. And then a very old man, like, just found her out there and decided... because the guy is alone, like a very old man, like 70, 80 years ago. It happened 2 times already, okay, that I saw this happen with people around me. and they kind of adopt that woman around her 30s or around her 20s, literally. It's literally like that. And they say, oh, just take some care of me, be with me in my home, like, it's not to be her cope or anything, just like doing domestic job. And not only the guy pays her and gives like her things from market, so she makes food and etc. Not only like she will be living or take care of him for quite a few time until he dies, and he transfers everything to her name, like literally, like marry with me on paper, like just on paper. They don't do literally anything. The guy married her on the paper because he's almost near death and doesn't have literally no one to leave his house or anything. And he just married her on paper, and he keep living with him for this little time until he dies. And after he dies, she earns the house and everything, car and whatever the guy has. So because here, if you, I don't know if it's there, it's like that everywhere, but here, if you don't have someone, the government takes it. So to don't give it to the government, they just pass it to, they marry someone and pass to them, It's something like that. Because the old man doesn't have kids, doesn't have literally no one to leave that thing behind. He just adopt a woman out there and make this deal. It happened 2 times already. I've seen this happen 2 times here already. So I imagine it happens quite often here. I don't know about how if it happens there, but here it because I saw this 2 times already and around my 20s, I bet I will still see a lot more times in my life. So yeah, I think it's somewhat common, or it's becoming common here, because both of these 2 times was like in less than 3 or 4 years that I saw. So yeah. I think it's, I don't know if it's a natural, I don't know.
Make more money? Because nationally, there are enough jobs that women don't want to do that pay well. So men overall make more money, right? Like it's...
So just to finish, I forgot to say. So the moment the guy die and passes, they automatically passes this to his quote-unquote wife. Not only is less women owning a house, but also one more woman possessing a house. It's literally it's different from like it's a transfer. So it's not like you just plus one woman, like you decrease the one from men as well. So if you take in consideration that this has happening quite often. And also the divorce thing, like taking the house, it's very much easier to make the numbers increase to women.
It's gotta just
it's
be
It's not just that we are buying more houses, but because when you transfer houses, you make the numbers go fast, increase more faster, because you decrease 1 from the number of men owning houses, and you increase 1 from women. So it's like it's gaining 2 points on our side, over then. It's like, yeah.
Culture shift, right? That's what I think. They pay women in Montana because most men do construction.
Oh gosh,
work.
why it's so difficult to explain.
But we're not talking about
things.
Montana. We're talking about mostly East Coast. Like, look how many East Coast states say that there's a disparity in home ownership. Exactly. Like, that's what I think. Let's read on, though. Schultz also noted that women simply have other priorities. Okay. Some of it could simply come down to the fact that single women are more willing than single men to prioritize homeownership. Buying a house generally isn't something you do on a whim. It's a process you have to commit to. Okay. While single women are leading in home ownership, that doesn't necessarily translate to greater financial security. The study shows that women still face long-term economic struggles at higher rates than men, particularly after divorce. And while some might assume that higher home ownership rates mean women financially benefit from divorce settlements, research suggests the opposite. Many women experience a significant financial decline post-divorce. I love the cope, man. It's so disingenuous. They finally mention divorce at the end of the article, but then try and word it like women are.
Of course, the majority of people never reach the age of an article, and we know that.
Aren't nationally
It's on purpose.
favored in divorce settlements. It says women suffer more financially after a divorce. It doesn't say women receive less
It's a
during
fucking
divorce
lie.
settlements. Like, you notice how they frame it like that. Fucking obviously, man. Because men generally work the jobs that make more money. So on average, when the average couple gets divorced, men, on average, I keep using this word, on average, make more money. Women, on average, will suffer more from the divorce because they don't have as much money. However, it's literally that fact that pushes most judges to award women the fucking house after a divorce, especially if they have children. Especially if they have children, bro.
And yup,
Like, if you just
so
turn on
it's
your
exactly
brain for
the
2
same.
seconds, it makes perfect sense. But no, this is New York Post. Gotta tiptoe around it. And like I said, bro, it's crazy. Check male offering after divorce. It is insane, man. Court sides with females, it is a national statistic average. And I looked ahead, I chat GPT'd it. In the United States, women historically have been more likely to receive favorable outcomes in divorce settlements. But this is not because the law explicitly favors women. Instead, the outcomes are more often influenced by traditional gender roles, income disparities, and caregiving roles. Interesting. Using ChatGPT, hell no. Are you serious? It's compiling what's already on the internet. If I Google it, it's actually gonna be fucking worse. Gaslight.
Yeah, I think the same. Like, Google will be it's just the truth. Google will be like will be done for in probably a few more years, because literally people are now searching stuff or using AI because it's better. Like, why would you search through a lot of results when you can ask the AI and like in a few millimeters of I don't know how to even imagine, like in a few very less than seconds will like search the entire internet for what you're looking for and give you concise results and show you the where it found the results, you know. Like, why you still gonna use Google after that? Like, it's bullshit. It's like trying to stick to the past. Like, I don't know. I myself do much more researches already. I still use Google, of course. It's like, I would say most of this, I would say like 50-50 between you searching for information using AI search and using Google, you know.
I mean, it's just funny, man. Use Bing. Yeah, I'm gonna start.
But I usually ask Grok, but not on like L Grok in some posts randomly. I fucking hate that for some reason. But privately, I ask to Grok stuff that I'm searching for and etc. Or I use ChatGPT. I usually don't use any other AIs to do that. I tried to use like the one from China. I forgot the name. I used it a few times, but somehow, I don't know, I just didn't like that.
Using Bing. I'm an AI hater. Well, you can hate all you want. I respect that. And Google, yes, Google unironically is way worse than ChatGPT in terms of accuracy, but that's besides the point.
I agree with that. I agree.
This is a very biased article. It doesn't. It keeps harping on about gender pay gap, and it goes and harps on and on about it. And then at the end, it says, "Oh well, women suffer more after the divorce, even though they statistically get more money and are usually the ones that get custody and the kids, no matter if the man is in the right or in the wrong." You have to be in an extremely I wouldn't say extremely biased state, I think that's the wrong word, but there's very few states where they don't favor women in certain situations. Again, I have no issue with a truck driver earning more money because men are more inclined to work longer hours. Women get more money, yet they suffer more. I wonder who's behind that. Women. So crazy.
I know what
they suffer emotionally.
About.
Everyone
I know what
suffers
to
emotionally.
That.
Do you know how horrible divorces
are?
Again, anecdotally speaking, I remember there was a girl in my class that had her parents divorced when she was like 12, man. Her parents were distraught. It was horrible. And again, it affects your kids, but divorce is horrible for everybody. Men don't have emotions, true. They're just rage baiting everyone. No, it's not rage bait. It's just disingenuous journalism. Mary Kay Jacob, you purposefully take statistics, but then you don't lean into the fact that, you know, women unironically get more out of it. They get the house, but somehow they suffer more. That's interesting.
I'm actually surprised that they did a news talking that women own more houses. Like usually they love to victimize women, and even to report something that is actually true and that's actually happening and that is actually good for women. Like it's a positive news talking about women that they should love. They always find a way to like dramatize and like and show that women is still suffering, you know. It's always like that. Like it's like saying this is not enough. We need more and more and more and more, and just like that. And yeah, that's it. Let's say if Alana seems like there is some more stuff to talk.
Interesting how that works. My brother had to sell his house and give his ex 100% of the equity. He also had to pay the taxes. Yeah, the taxes aren't pretty. They're like what, like 15% or more, depending on where you live. It's crazy. I don't know, man. Skill issue. Cringe.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tailed fox tier member, Zalost, and my 3-tailed fox tier members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and Radmuiel, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. I don't even know what's here about this, like cringe. I cringe. I think cringe doesn't show that much emotion, you know, but yeah. Sorry to cut the papaya, but yeah, that's it. Thank everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check the links below. Patreon, Discord, Patreon, Discord. Oh my god. Patreon, Discord, Ko-Fi, and Tron. Support me so I can get the fuck out of my horrible country. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.